Line charts are the most effective way to visualize profit trend over time. However, it is unclear whether the upward or downward trend is due to rising or falling revenue or expense from this chart alone. Adding bars of revenue and expense to the line chart equip user with the ability to identify the critical areas for further investigation. From the graph, it is clear February shows stable revenue but reduced expenses, leading to increased profit. In March, both revenue and expenses rose, resulting in an overall profit increase, indicating revenue growth drives profit. April saw increased revenue and reduced expense, boosting profit. May's rising revenue could not offset the higher expenses, causing a decline in overall profit. June's chart reveals decreased cost and revenue with a significant profit decline, suggesting revenue drop as the primary cause. Not only the current chart displays the trend of revenue, expense, profit over time, it also enables user to compare revenue, expense and profit within the period. I hope you are convinced of the benefit that the bar and line chart visual bring to presenting the profit and loss data. Let's learn the step to create this insightful graph in OTBI. To create analysis in OTBI for profit and loss, navigate to the subject area General Ledger, Transactional Balance, Real Time. Choose the column Account Type, Base Equivalent, Period Net Activity, Ledger Name, Accounting Period Name, Accounting Year, and any other column as per your need. Add the filter as Balance Type Actual, Currency not equal to State. As it is a profit and loss account, account type will be only expense and revenue. I have added an additional filter condition as adjustment period is not included. Based on your business need, add any additional filter for either the ledger name or accounting year depending on the volume and specific requirement. Let's prepare the pivot table to verify the balances or the current situation. Edit the graph. Disable the display results and arrange the column as per the need. Ledger name at the prompt, accounting year at sections, period name in rows, account type at column, base equivalent net period activity on the measure, and make a column sum before. Give it a name as format caption as net profit and hide the measure label. Enable the display result. Select any of the ledger. So as we can notice here that the revenue amount is in negative due to Oracle storing credit balances as negative and debit balances as positive. For better visualization, we want revenue as positive and expenses as negative. To achieve this, multiply the -1 to the base period net activity. Now the amounts are as per our need. Profit in positive shows the profit and in negative it shows the loss. I have included this catalog file with all the above steps in the YouTube video description. You can download the same. With the aim of providing a hands-on experience for most individuals in creating this valuable graph visualization, I have excluded all the subsequent steps from the catalog file that we are going to do now. Feel free to download the catalog file and follow the next step along with me. Now we need to create the line and bar graph. Go to the graph, select line bar and standard. A default graph has been added. Edit view. Disable the display results and make the modification as per our need. Ledger name at the prompt, accounting year in the section with the display as a slider. Account type in the vary color and accounting period name in the group by ledger. Okay, enable the display results and check the visuals. Note that the scale has been set to a very high range due to the maximum value in overall data. To address this, go to the XYZ edit properties. Under the scale, vertical axis 1, set zoom to data range.
This ensures that the maximum excess limit is based on the maximum values within each year and each ledger. Here two crucial points are missing from the graph. First, the absence of the profit trend on a line, and secondly, the representation of expenses in negative sign, making it challenging to compare the revenue and expenses together. Adding profit as a grand total of revenue and expense is not visible for the graph. As a solution, we will need a separate measure for expense that will be in positive sign, measure for profit that will show a line trend, and a measure for revenue that will be shown on the graph. So to achieve that, go to the criteria. To the existing measure, I will give the name as net profit. Add any of the two columns, and here I will be using the same columns which was there. The only difference that I will add here, that I need only the balances having a revenue. So click on the filter from the account, select account type, double click, and equal to revenue. Okay, give the heading name as revenue. For the expense, we'll use the same as we used previously. Remember, the expenses are debit balances. It will be a positive sign, so I don't need this negative one to be multiplied. Select the formula, click on filter button, again go to accounts, account type, and make account type is equal to expense. Make the heading name as expense. So all three measures are created. Now add this measure to the graph. So we'll make the changes to the graph. You can see here revenue and expense are already there. Net profit to the line, and exclude account type from the varicolour. So net profit line is showing a straight line. Reason being, for the secondary axis we have not made the zoom. So go back to the scales, and for vertical axis 2 we will set that also to zoom to data range. Now we can view the revenue, expenses, and the net profit trend in the graph. So the graph that we are discussing has been achieved. It is always recommended to format your visual to make them more visually appealing and engaging for the audience. To do so, I will create another visual by duplicating it, so you can compare the graph with formatting and without formatting. So let's make the changes. Firstly, the legend needs to be at the top. Colors. For the bar, remember the position in which the first position is revenue. So revenue I want as a color as some light green. In the second position for the bar, it is expense. It is on some orange color. For line, it is only one. Add a line, making it some darker black color. And on the symbol marker, I will use them a round shape. Grid lines, let's show the horizontal grid line and very lighter color. Title, it is showing as revenue expense, so instead I will give as annual trend analysis. So vertical axis label here, revenue expense is fine. Net profit on the right side, it is fine. For the period name, we know it is period name, so we can exclude the horizontal axis. Vertical axis, here we can see the 3 dots decimal are not required, so I can make some lighter font and smaller in size. Copy it, and the main thing, number format as 1000 separator with no decimal please. Same thing apply for second vertical axis too. The copied axis I have pasted. Review the graph. Now let's keep both the graphs next to each other and compare the visuals. As highlighted initially, the line bar graph not only illustrates the trend for a single measure but can also be leveraged to showcase the trend in the related items. Apply this newfound knowledge to create other valuable graphs within your domain. I hope this information was useful to you. Feel free to connect if you have any query or concern. Leave a comment or need to connect for any other reporting purpose. Email address has been shared onto the description. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day.